Tekken 8 hot takes, let's go. Tekken 8 requires more matchup knowledge than previous entries for the simple fact that its aggressive nature, constant 50-50s, and weaker movement means that if you do not know what your opponent is doing, you're getting steamrolled worse than other games. It's too volatile, and the only real way to combat that is to know other characters inside out. Okay, overall, this is incorrect. Tekken 8 does not require more matchup knowledge than other Tekkens for the simple fact that in Tekken 8, O-Key is nerfed. Tech traps are non-existent. Counter hits are heavily nerfed in this game, so there's less frame traps. I could go on, but the things that people would classify as knowledge checks hardly even exist anymore. Sure, there's characters that have moves that are randomly like +3 or something, and you get caught mashing, or you get launched by an evasive launcher, but it's nothing like back in the day. In fact, playing a knowledge check kind of playstyle doesn't benefit you in Tekken 8, because you just click your 5 strongest moves. Fuck knowledge checks. You've got a +5 on block, homing mid that heat engages. Knowledge check that lil bitch. Having weaker movement means you're getting steamrolled worse than in other games. Like, this isn't true. Backdash is nerfed in Tekken 8. Even in Tekken 7, you're very rarely just backdashing if your opponent is putting pressure on you. Backdashing, unless you're playing like a Horang or something, is used to create space in neutral and avoid getting pressured altogether. In fact, in Tekken 7, I think one of the biggest knowledge checks in the game is learning how to approach an Arliss or a Zafina, because they have superior movement to everyone else in that game. You don't have to worry about that in Tekken 8, because you have full screen homing mids that heat engage. As for the 50-50 stuff, you don't lab 50-50s, you guess. So they're not really knowledge checks. One thing that I will give you is that with the increase in moves with crushing properties and armor moves and heat, stuff like that, you'll probably need to lab a lot, or you'll keep getting cut by stuff like that. But that's really it for me. Tekken 8, if you're just a ranked player, requires zero matchup knowledge until like Tekken Emperor, I'ma be real. Whereas in Tekken 7, you need at least basic character matchup knowledge or you'll be stuck in green ranks forever. This was an interesting take though. Tekken 6 over Tekken 7, which is a burning take that could put me in a lot of danger here. That take will most definitely put you in a lot of danger because there is a lot of Tekken 7 glazers out here, I'ma tell you that much. However, I am of the subgroup of people who believe this take to be true. I think Tekken 5 DR and Tekken 6 are actually the best products Tekken has ever come up with. Like, you can throw Tekken 3 in there, I guess, if you really want to. But DR and 6 especially to me is criminally underrated. Tekken 7 is not a bad game, but Tekken 7 had major flaws that made the game have periods of time that were incredibly unenjoyable to play. For example, launch Leroy, launch Fark, Kunimitsu being good, Zafina being disgusting. The people who say that they don't like Tekken 7 because of 2Ds are liars. Because unless you literally were an Omega, you weren't playing against no Arkema fam. However, Geese was pretty prevalent and he was very jarring. Noctis was also very jarring for a while. Like, there's a bunch of things I don't like about Tekken 7. That doesn't mean Tekken 7 was bad by any means, guys. But when you compare it to Tekken 6, like, what was wrong with the game really? Bob and Lars were broken. Like, okay man. And I guess maybe like Law was pretty broken or something. Okay man. There's no cringe rage stuff in Tekken 7. There's obviously rage, and it does kind of give a stupid amount of damage boost, but like, you still have to play actual Tekken to make use of that mechanic. There was no rage arts to ruin the whole flow of the game every time your opponent gets to 20%. Movement in Tekken 6 feels amazing. It flows so well. Tekken 6 is still a real Tekken game to me, even with rage implemented. And it's a more offensive game than Tekken 7 as well, which makes it more fun to me at least. Also, something I don't think that gets talked about enough when it comes to conversations like this is the rosters, and Tekken 6 has one of the best rosters in the series. Bruce, Wang, Miguel, Christy, I think Roger was still in that game, which is kind of funny. Listen, I like older Tekken better than newer Tekken games, and Tekken 7 is still a newer Tekken game to me, even if it is nothing like Tekken 8. Tekken 7 was still trying to be somewhat noob friendly. It's actually where they first nerfed movement. Like, Tekken 6 and Tag 2 kind of had worse movement than Tekken 5 and before, but it wasn't like anything crazy. But Tekken 7, you could really feel the change. Honestly, I feel like I could make an entire video on this one topic, to be honest, but I don't have enough time. In my opinion, yes, Tekken 6 is better than Tekken 7, but let me know if you guys want a more in-depth video on this topic, because this is definitely something that I could probably talk about a lot more. Brian players are bad people. They kick puppies and eat squirrels after pouring the milk first. They also finger retirement home snow bunnies until they exude enough dust that they can use it for flu powder. Shout out Harry Potter. Hey, stop right there. I know that you were enjoying the video, so remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. But also, if you want to have your hot take included in this video, leave it down in the comments below. Make sure it's a good one. I don't want no bullshit like, oh, Jack, very good character. You know, no shit like that. Whatever. Back to the video. Reina's forward 2 is the most overrated move. It has no tracking. Sentai 50-50 is shit. It is a 50-50 for Reina's own health. Jab beats every option other than the low, which is launch punishable. I would prefer any other demon paw to this arse move. Okay. Yuki Akira, I'm afraid that you are just bad. But instead of roasting you, I'm actually going to be constructive here, right? Forward 2 is linear, sure, but it has to be, because at the start of Tekken 8, when I was playing Reina, this move did track, and it was one of the most brain-dead moves in the entire game, where Prime Dragon of Sneak 4 was a thing. However, forward 2 is hit confirmable. You probably didn't know this, or else you wouldn't have made this take, I don't think. So you can confirm your forward 2 on hit, and you get your guaranteed Sentai 3, I think it is, the high heat engager. And if you don't get the hit, just block, or whatever. I can't really remember this move's frames on block, but I know sometimes you can even just force the mix because her low in Sentai high crushes. This is incredibly strong. Sentai mix is not shit. You have an unbreakable throw, which is homing, which gives great Oki. You can do the kick electric, you can forward 2 if they get up, goofy stuff. You have a safe mid check. You have an unsafe mid check that gives a guaranteed Heaven's Wrath 2 on hit. You can also, if your opponent is conditioned to not click, just down forward 1 into more pressure again. Jab does not beat every option. What it sounds like is you're trying to force a 50-50 on block from forward 2, because you think it's supposed to be some type of god move, so you're going into Sentai from minus frames. So yeah, this take is very wrong, but I hope this helped. Yoshimitsu should be the only character allowed to use weapons. The rest can go back to throwing fists and kicks or join Soul Calibur. Big facts. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but literally every single time a character with weapons is introduced into Tekken, they are always some type of noob scrub character, and I can do without that. It all started with Alisa, Chainsaw Stance, need I say more, Noctis, Negan, Kunamitsu, Victor, Clive. Law has nunchucks now and became a scrub character. Anna got a bazooka and became a scrub character. Literally every single time a character has a weapon, there's some but easy, jarring character to go against. In my opinion, all these motherfuckers can go to Soul Calibur. They're all AIDS. I think that's it for the video, guys. If you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, guys.